Hello again. My name's Charles Houska, and I own Houska Gallery, and we are having a wonderful exhibition this month with the most beautiful, gorgeous Alicia LaChance. And we like to do a little thing called Houska Sessions, where it's 6 quick questions. Nothing is going to be graded, it's just for fun to get to know you a little bit more. And then sometimes I'll have a 7th question that's more silly. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part of this show? What made it special?
What made it special is walking by on a Sunday and having a conversation with you
Yes.
about the idea of showing work.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, let's show the prints.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been obsessed with this notion of theater scale works on paper.
Sure.
So this was the first time I've had the chance to try to tackle that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a bit, it was grueling, but it was also cool to get to work on that scale.
And very special, not to me, no matter what, but because it is something you've wanted to do for a long time, and
It was out in the ether,
Yeah,
right? I never
something,
materialized it
there you
in
go.
this exhibition,
We're meant to be together.
and you did that, so.
All right, what is something important you learned more while putting this show together, either about yourself or the creative process?
I realized how long I've been doing this suddenly, but in a great way. There were a lot of problems to solve, and because of all the mistakes that have been made over the course of 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
the answers came readily, or, I was working with my assistants, and it was a way to sort of realize how much knowledge was in the bank to pull
Sure.
from.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of exciting, and then it felt like in some way, everything I'd ever learned sort of went into this show in some way.
Sure, you'd have to.
So that was interesting. It was a good feeling to have that sort
So
of.
maybe both, learn something about yourself, but also the creative process.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was nice. I mean, it was just a really good feeling. You always go into these things intimidated,
Mm-hmm.
but
You
then
do still?
every day, every time, yes, every morning.
Yes. Okay. That might tell somebody else that they're not alone, Anyway, speaking of being alone, a lot of artists enjoy being alone, but at some point, you need to have assistance to do all the creative things that we all as artists have going on in our head. But what would the perfect, great studio day look like to you?
I do believe there's like a magic with 3 people being in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 is the magic number. I have assistants that I've really developed a great rapport and awareness with, so we can sort of speak telepathically at this point.
So important, yeah.
So a good day is one where we kind of arrive on time-ish, grab a cup of coffee, maybe hit a junk store to loosen up and get inspired,
Mm-hmm.
and then we all warm up and we start working together in tandem. And I can say something and they're right there with me to help me.
Sure.
So there's a fluidity and a pace that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And when those days happen, I think we all feel good. There's like a really nice camaraderie and sense of accomplishment.
And so that is the ideal, and obviously it has happened. Is it something that is far and in between, or have you been able to nurture it to have more days that are ideal like that?
I'm getting older, and there's a physicality to making art.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider, I try to have that happen as much as possible, actually, because I do want to feel that momentum behind the ideas. And there's so much that you want to exercise and sort of make happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the more that those days happen, the better. And I do try to make those happen
It's a conscious thing.
consistently.
Good, yes. All right, do you work, I know you work in so many different areas, but do you have one particular favorite tool overall
Yes, they're kind of two. One is a piece of string. When all else fails, you can always make with the most rudimentary thing, like string and paint. The other one is an ergonomic paddle called the catalyst. And the catalyst is so beautiful, you have to sort of get at the level of the artwork and the paint, and you can manipulate the way the medium happens.
Okay.
So the other.
This is an actual tool, or is it something you kind of designed and worked out?
It's a tool that you can buy at any art supply store called the Catalyst. I don't know if one exists, but I would love it if there was a big one.
Oh.
That maybe many hands would have to hold, but in this case, it fits ergonomically in the palm of your hand, and it looks like an airplane propeller.
Okay.
So you can control and dictate how the medium happens on the canvas by manipulating the angle.
Really?
And it's really, once you get in the flow with that thing, it's a very nice tool.
I've never heard of it or seen that.
You might love it.
Secrets revealed. Okay. Do you have any upcoming projects that you're excited about, or really what is next for you?
Yes, in August I have a final meeting regarding a hotel project happening in Singapore.
Okay.
It's the third tower of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. David Beckham's design team is the lead on that, and the building itself was designed by Moshe Safdie, and it's an exquisite accomplishment of engineering. So we're having a discussion about what I can bring to finalize that project. And then 2 exhibitions, one happening at Monet Contemporary in Atlanta, and Addington Gallery in September in Chicago.
You've shown with them before,
I
haven't you?
have,
Okay.
yeah, but not Monet, and we have such an amazing stable of artists. I'm excited to see how that comes together.
Nothing compares to Houska
It's
Gallery.
true.
Anyway, if you could show your work alongside, let's say an artist, not just anybody, a different artist or a, different medium or whatever, but artist that you would love to show your work with theirs.
Gosh, it would be amazing to do a 3-person show, maybe with.
You keep wanting to
I know. There's no boundaries.
No boundaries.
Agnes Martin and James Turrell. I think in some other universe there would be an opportunity to exhibit with this woman who focused on sort of the rhythms of life itself. Work with these fine lines, and the notion of that kind of universal rhythmic pulse is amazing to me. And then James Turrell and the Rodin Crater, which I hope, happens and we can all make a pilgrimage. But I think there's something very lovely for the 21st century about both of those artists that speaks to our spiritual selves, our better selves, and a humility, which I think it would be amazing to get to
It would.
do something.
You never know.
Yeah, quite a different.
When the dead are alive. I know. But
James Turrell, he's still.
I definitely know his work. But anyway, then that's it for serious questions, I believe, if that was 6. But 7 would be similar but different. If you could take a road trip, a day trip, just sitting in the car with one other person, entity, thing, who or what would that be?
Gosh. Probably an author, just one person. So it's not like Anthony Bourdain plus.
No. I mean, you said no boundaries, but, other artists stay true to the questions. They don't.
I think it would be great to get to travel with an author or a musician.
Just being with one of those, or learning or talking to, or that's why it could be anything? Just,
Or a geologist.
okay, but is there someone particular instead of,
Gosh, I hate to say it, I can't, I think it's more the general idea of getting to spend time with a different kind of thinker.
mm-hmm,
A geologist could be very interesting
sure,
to travel the world with somebody who's looking at global warming and things like this,
okay,
or what we need to preserve.
mm-hmm,
That would be pretty neat.
but there isn't
I can't
like
think.
one globalist or global,
I'll
what did
have
you say?
A
Global.
geologist?
Geologist.
Geologist, maybe? I can't think. I will I'll look them up.
Yeah,
But something
it's
like
just
that could be
interesting
cool.
to know, and that definitely would be cool to have that one-on-one time and hear all the stuff and learn. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're out of time. There's never enough time, of course, but I am so grateful for you
Oh,
to
Charlie.
show your stuff here. We've been together off and on for many years, and
Charlie started my career.
oh, I tell everyone that,
And it's
but
the truth.
no,
It
not
is the-
about you. I just say I start everybody, but
Yeah.
we started working together for sure
Yeah.
many years ago. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you still trusting me with your work,
Oh, yes,
and
thank
I just love seeing all your creative changes and
Thanks.
continually growing, and you know, you're a star.
Thanks, Charlie, and you're big-hearted.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah,
so
that's-
gracious.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
So thank
you
you.
help drive the city in a good way. So
Mhm.
thank you.
All right. Thank you.